So that's the question. Is it cheating to masturbate while watching strangers have sex on the internet? Just think about it. Just think about it. All right. How do I turn off audio just there? Whatever. We're not going to do that right now. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you want to come on and chat, if you want to share your opinion about whether you think porn is cheating or not, if you want to argue, if you want to debate, if you have been watching pornography and you want to stop, if you've been betrayed in a relationship by somebody who's watching pornography or who has had an affair, love to chat with you. I'm sorry you're in that situation. And we'll talk to anybody in between as well. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach, the coach of porn. I got this job for a reason. I watched a lot of porn, blew up my marriage, cheated on my wife. It's a bad time in the Hamilton household, but we've been able to restore our marriage into something beautiful, been clean from it for about 8.5 years now. And now I help people navigate issues in their relationships by coaching them through unwanted sexual behavior or betrayal trauma. Go to the link in my bio if you're interested in scheduling a call with me, if you want to chat more about that. And if not, follow me and watch my content because it gets interesting. So let's bring a guest on. ZEG. What's up, Danielle? Good to see you. Hello.
Hello.
First guest of the night. W's in the chat. Are you 18 or over?
Yes, I'm 22. My name is Z.
Okay.
I am of the opinion that it is 1,000% cheating and ruins relationships. And even when you're like, I feel like nobody's ever completely open about it, right? Until it's like an issue, and then it's really an issue. Like it's a dirty little secret you hide from your partner, and then one night, you know, you wake up and catch your partner doing something and getting off to someone else, and that kind of level of it feels like you're choosing some random woman who you don't even know and holds no value in your life over someone you love very much, and it's just extremely hurtful.
Yeah, sorry you have been in that situation. Mason, what's up, man? Hope all's well with you as well. All right, so are you in a relationship right now?
I am. Yeah, we've been together for almost a year now.
Does he watch porn?
No. It was
Okay.
a big conversation when we first got together because my last ex had a porn addiction. I mean, so awful, it just like completely ruined my own drive and my own confidence. And my partner, while he's very respectful, he tends to have a bit more of a libido than I do. And it had to be a conversation of like, I understand and I'm with it and it's cool, but like also I need you to be really patient with me because of XYZ, my confidence has been totally destroyed. And it's also like, as, not to make it about this, but as a bigger girl, watching my last partner get off to these skinny, blonde, you know what I mean? Like the typical porn stars kind of thing for 9 months until I had the balls to like gut up and realize I don't deserve that, really ruined my confidence for a really long time, and in turn made it hard for me to have a healthy life with somebody who did respect me enough not to do that. And so that was like a really long conversation of like, you know, I don't even think he really did before we came along. It's just not his thing, like, is what he said. It never really was, which is not generally the case for most 20-something men. But
yeah, interesting.
I just think it had a tendency to not only ruin that person's relationship with like sex and masturbation and self-pleasure, but the other person's confidence and ability to trust that like you really are turned on and into them.
Yeah, so can I address something you said?
Yeah, absolutely.
About libido? So this book, Intimacy and Desire, is so good. Dr. David Schnarch And there's so many reasons why this book is so good, but he talks about desire, the mismatched desire, or what you might call libido. There is always a lower desire partner and a higher desire partner. Let me offer you a singular truth about sexual desire that transcends time, cultural, and personal circumstance. There is always a lower desire partner, just as there is always a higher desire partner. And there is one of each in every relationship. This is a profound paradigm shift, like changing from believing the world is flat to believing it is round. It is a shift in viewpoint that creates a totally different picture of yourself and your partner. This new picture can completely change how you feel, whether you are the low desire partner or the higher desire partner. It allows you to stop being defensive or feeling inadequate or different. It is a non-pathological view of how desire problems occur. The low desire partner and higher desire partner are positions in a relationship. To be precise, the two positions in a relationship are the lower desire partner and the higher desire partner. In practice, people talk about the low desire partner and the high desire partner, which is fine once we're clear about what we mean. I could go on, but point is it's totally normal. It's totally normal. And what he goes on to say is that the lower desire partner always controls the sex. The lower desire partner always controls the sex. And further, there is always a lower desire partner and higher desire partner on virtually every issue in your relationship, which means you're normal. That's the point. So the question isn't he has a higher drive or I have a lower drive. It's at different points in the relationship, one person can be the higher, one person can be the lower. And that's the way it's always been for all of time, and it always will continue to be. What do you think about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And I'd like to address something that was said in the comments. Someone said that if he has a higher libido and I don't, what do I expect him to do? I want to be clear, my issue is not with my partner masturbating rather than having sex with me. The issue is the porn. There's no reason that you shouldn't be able to get yourself off without it. I just don't think it's normal. I think it's a really unhealthy attachment. There's no other species in the world that needs visual stimuli of someone that's not their partner to get off. You know what I mean? If there's a night where, my partner's really having if I'm the lower desire partner on that night and he has a higher libido, he has every right to take a step into the bedroom while I'm having a shower and do what he needs to do. It's not a problem for me. My problem is getting off to women who not only are strangers to you and have no value to you, but also don't look like me. How do you think that makes a woman feel, it's just not healthy on either side, I don't think.
Totally. Yeah, and I agree. Have you followed me before? Is this your first time in my live?
Yes, it is my first time.
All right, cool. Well, welcome. My name's Austin. Yeah, so a lot of people will say well, what am I supposed to do? And you're making the point beautifully. It's not about masturbation necessarily, though that should be talked about, but it's the fact that you're using pornography or other people in order to masturbate. And masturbating while watching porn is different than just masturbating.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a conversation. And I feel like if this is a conversation that's too hard for you to have with your partner, that's an issue in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, when it comes to things like sex and personal pleasure, it's a sensitive subject and it's uncomfortable. But if you love somebody and you plan on being with them forever, there's not a conversation in this world that I would rather not have and feel dirty about hiding from my partner rather than talk it through.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that couples who talk about sex have a 18.9 times increased satisfaction in their sex life?
Well, yeah, because it's also sometimes people turn to porn for sexual needs that aren't being met within their relationship. Things like kink and fetish and whatever. And that's a whole nother conversation. And some people feel ashamed about those or awkward, and it's hard to have a conversation about. But, you know, people need to understand that, like, at least in my experience, my partners have been problem solvers. If I come to them and I'm like, hey, I have this and I want this, they're more than happy to check those boxes off for me. You know, most people who are into their partner will get off on their partner getting off. And like, my issue with pornography is, again, it being other people. If my partner's at home and is feeling some type of way and is like, send me some pictures, that's fine. I'm okay with that. It's me. That is almost ego boosting in a way. But again, like, when you, like, say, open your boyfriend's laptop and it's a bunch of women who look nothing like you, and there's so much of it, that just really crushes someone's spirit.
Yeah, thanks for sharing all that. You're 22 years old, is that what you said?
Yep.
And you're very, very insightful for your age.
I think, unfortunately, a lot of that comes from lived trauma and working through that, and unhealthy relationships and, like, therapy. I've been with some people who definitely had avid raging porn addictions, and I, for the longest time, told myself that that's the way that men are, and it's natural and it's normal and whatever. It's not. And anyone in here who feels that way and feels like, you know, they can't say anything to their boyfriend because that's just the way that men are, should know that that's not healthy or normal.
Yep. Not all men do it. Not all men do it. Well, thanks for sharing. What else you want to share?
Nothing. I think that's my piece. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for sharing.
Anytime.
All right, bye-bye. W's in the chat for our first guest of the night. Hello, Kayla. How's it going? How about when someone says they'll quit because it's wrong, but they relapse multiple times? Well, I would be curious about... excuse me. What is that person actually doing to quit? Do they actually want to quit? Or are they just saying they want to quit because they think that's what somebody wants to hear? By the way, my 4-year-old all the time says, by the way, like, where'd you get that from, buddy? I think I'm getting sick. I can feel it. Unfortunately, December, it always happens. Is the music too loud, or are we good there? We good with the music? I feel a little tickle in my throat. Oh, a little fatigue. But I felt inspired to go live tonight. It's not too loud. Good. Okay. Do I have a wife? Yes, I have a wife. My husband is sick now with sore throat, cough, and congestion. Yeah, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst. I'm drinking hot water. I didn't want another tea. And I guess it's technically not too late for coffee, but I didn't want to make a pot of coffee at 10 p.m. So I made hot water. All right, we're going to co-host. Feel like you may need a nursing home until it's over. Oh boy. Sounds like a pretty bad man cold.
She said, guess my MVP's age. Oh, that's what she said?
Hey, what's going on? You want to battle?
Is porn cheating? I don't think it is.
You don't think it is? Why is that?
Because I think porn can be a bad thing. But then again, you get a lot of guys that are married and they haven't had sex with their wives in about 20 years. And then they sit there and watch porn and they stay married.
Do you watch porn?
No.
You married?
No.
Got it. When's the last time you watched porn?
What's that?
When's the last time you watched porn?
I don't know, 5 years ago maybe, casually.
Got it. So you quit?
I just never really had an interest in it.
Oh, that's good. Oh, are we battling? Guys, tap on the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap.
When's the last time you watched porn?
A little over 8 years ago.
Oh, did you quit?
I quit. I quit. That stuff will ruin your life.
I'm done.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of problems with pornography. It kind of ruins your brain and how your brain functions and your reward circuitry in your brain and makes you view humans differently, creates unrealistic expectations for sex. And so, yeah, no bueno.
Yeah.
How old are you?
37.
Okay.
I kind of feel like anything can get a hold of you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You can get an unhealthy relationship with just about anything out there, I think, you know? So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Totally. Yeah, we all got our vices. Well, see you later.
But then again, I don't really feel like things should be taken away either, you know? Like, I like to drink too much, so I don't drink. Well, I do drink, but I did quit, and then I started drinking again, and now I'm trying to quit again. But I don't want nobody else not to be able to drink. Other people drink healthy, you know? I don't, but I know that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you got a bit of a problem with it, but like not so much, but you kind of work on it, but not really.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have a problem.
Got it.
I like doing it too much.
Yeah.
I hate echoing.
You hate what?
I'm echoing.
Oh, you're echoing.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no bueno on the echoing. All right. Interesting. Well, if you don't watch porn, I don't have a lot to talk about.
Oh.
But that's just all I do is talk about porn. It's like one of my favorite things to do. You want to keep talking about it?
Yeah. Hear about
All
it.
right, great. Do you know anybody who like watches porn a lot?
My brother used to watch a shitload of porn.
Really?
Maybe that's why I don't watch it.
Like when you're growing up?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he does so much now, but I mean, my brother had a DVD collection.
DVD collection.
The whole works. He had the Megan series. He had everything.
Back in the 90s?
Yeah. 2006, 2000, you know.
Those were the good old days, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever talk about it with your brother?
Nah.
No?
We leave the beat me down part out. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for the heartbeat. No name? How you doing, no name? Monkey, thank you for the likes. Shelby, thank you for the likes. Austin, welcome in.
All right, man. Well, I'm going to finish this battle and mosey on. What would you say to somebody who's...
porn.
Well, what would you say? Okay, tell you about porn. Well, I watched porn for about 20 years, which escalated into physically cheating on my wife, which I realized that wasn't good either. And so now I talk about pornography to create awareness, just about the dangers of the pornography industry and what it can do to relationships, not only for the person watching, but also for the partner in the relationship. I know you're not in a relationship, and it's pretty rare somebody your age who doesn't watch porn and hasn't in 5 years, which is awesome. So, good job.
Well, I'll tell you what, by the time I was 30, my sex drive kind of went, you know, I had a daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had
Things
kids.
have to change, right? I get it, man. I got 3
Wow.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the rose there, no name.
All right, guys, finish strong. Finish strong. Tap the screen. Tap the screen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Guys,
Get
him.
it.
Kristen,
Get
hey,
it.
what's up, girl?
Get it.
Get him. 5 seconds. Come on. Come on. Ah.
Let's go.
I'm gonna send you a follow there, porn coach.
All right, man. Thanks for
You're
sharing, man. Take care. Bye-bye. Did my wife forgive me? Yes, we're still married. We've been able to work through it. Is it statistically more men or women who watch or both parties? Statistically more prevalent amongst men. I haven't read like a recent study, but the last one I saw, which is from like the mid to late 2000 teens or so, it's about 2/3 more prevalent. I'm sorry, 3 times more prevalent in men than it is women. Roughly 3 times more prevalent in men than it is women. The hardest conversation to have. You know what the hardest conversation to have is? When you're on TikTok talking about porn, and then the other person doesn't watch porn, and you're battling with them, and now you have to fill 5 minutes of conversation. That's a hard conversation to have. But that guy was cool. How can watching that cause someone to cheat? Well, porn use always escalates. Porn use always escalates into something else. It always escalates into something else. What starts as, oh, I'm just looking at this magazine or this website, turns into I am now compulsively masturbating. Now I'm watching things that I never thought I would watch. Because in your brain wants to get the next dopamine hit. It's like, oh, this is exciting, this is fun, this is pleasurable, but then it's kind of like, it wears off. And so you got to do something else to keep it going. So it doesn't always escalate into physical cheating, though it can and often does. It doesn't always, but it does escalate into something else. Porn use always escalates. So it could escalate into the type of content you're watching, when you're watching it, how long you're watching it, who you're watching it with. There's a lot of ways it can escalate. Do you see a correlation between the spiritual compromise and porn? 100%. 100%. I mean, when you look at it, it ultimately comes down to, I think, down to how you view people. How you view people. Do you view people as fully dignified human beings who deserve dignity, honor, and respect? Or do you view human beings as objects to consume for your sexual pleasure? Which gets into the inherent value of people. Do people have inherent value or not? And are they much more than just their sexual value? Yeah. And the people they watch don't look similar to their long-term partners or deeper meaning. That's such a complex question, okay? Because here's the thing. Everybody has an arousal template. Everybody has an arousal structure. Okay, so in short, I imagine I know why you're asking that question, because somebody you know or knew is watching pornography of somebody who doesn't look like you. In short, don't read into that too much. I get it. It hurts. It's painful. But I would be curious, why are they watching what they're watching? As Jay Stringer puts it in the book Unwanted, it's never an accident why we watch what we watch. And I'll prove it to you. Because people aren't addicted to pornography, or they don't watch pornography, they watch or are addicted to the type of pornography that they watch. For example, let's just say, think about the most grotesque type of pornography to you. Don't put it in the chat. Just think about it. Whether you're a man or woman, what is like the most grotesque type of pornography? And let's just say most people don't watch that. Why is that? Because they're not addicted to all pornography. They're addicted to the type of pornography that they watch. And why do they watch that pornography? That's the question to figure out. What happened in their story or in their arousal structure, the formation of their arousal that got them to the point of being drawn towards that type of pornography and not a different type of pornography. So I get it, it hurts, and there's a story there. All right. Who wants to share? I don't really feel like co-hosting right now. And for the person that said I sound like Seth Rogen, I get that all the time. Somebody also said I look like Ryan Reynolds with a missing chromosome. People say all sorts of things. I'm currently healing from this now in my marriage. It's so incredibly hard. It is incredibly hard, Cheyenne. And if you don't have a community or support to help you through it, I've got one for you. I have groups for women who are going through betrayal trauma. We meet on Tuesday nights or Wednesday afternoons if you're interested in that. schedule a call with me, or actually there's a little button down there with an arrow on it. You can say, you can send me a message down there if you want. We could talk about what that would look like. And for any men out there struggling with unwanted sexual behavior, I have groups for you as well. So then if they like that corn, then wouldn't that mean they are attracted to that? Maybe, or maybe they think they're attracted to that until you dig beneath the surface and ask and answer the why questions beneath it. You might realize you're actually not attracted to that, but for some reason it's arousing you. No pun intended. Did I make a pun? This is about 2 months new. I'm pregnant with our second and trying not to give up on him. Ugh. Sorry to hear that. And I'm glad you're pregnant. Two things can be true. That's really hard though. Trying. It is cheating if he says that he doesn't watch it. I kind of feel betrayed. Well, it is a betrayal. He said one thing and is doing another thing. That's a betrayal. That is a betrayal. Bum, 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 bum. All right, I guess we got a co-host if we don't have any guests. Oh, wait. I didn't have my guest thing on. I would rather do guest tonight, not co-host. So much effort to co-host. Do you have any setbacks, or did you quit and never go back? Well, everybody's story is different. In my story, my experience, by the time... Hello, Ruby! By the time I was done with porn, I was done with porn. My wife never knew that I struggled with pornography or was unfaithful to her. I hid it very well, or at least I thought I did, but everybody around me knew that there was something off. What was your question? So by the time I confessed to my wife, I was done with it. I'm like, nope, never going back. There's nothing I would want less in this world than to watch pornography. Oh, there's very few things I would want less. Like, I like living, so you get what I'm saying. Me and my boyfriend watched it together. Is that bad for our relationship, do you think? Well, I know it's bad for your relationship because it's creating a wedge between you and your partner. It's not real intimacy. You're using somebody else to satisfy sexual pleasure as opposed to being with your partner. It creates false intimacy. In fact, I'll prove it to you. 1 second. One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite authors, Mr. J. Stringer. He says that porn equals less sex. The more you use porn, the more it adversely affects your sexual life. Research has actually shown that the best way to have less sex and less satisfying sex is to watch porn. Porn simultaneously overloads you with sexual stimulation while also teaching you to only consider your own sexual desires. Porn is so appealing, not merely because it is erotic, but also because it lets you create a world where nothing is required of you. Whereas real sex asks you to know and develop your desires while also learning to study, delight in, and call forth the desires of another. Therefore, if you want to limit your sexual potential, porn is the fastest route to do so. Oh, I love that. Love that quote. All right, let's bring a guest on. I feel like this isn't the right music for now. What are the things you noticed changed in you personally after stopping? Everything. I could be more present and connected with my feelings, with my wife, with my kids. I could actually consider the impacts that I was having on somebody else. Look, pornography is a counterfeit way to experience love and intimacy. It's not real. So for me, I didn't know how to give or receive love, to let love in, or to authentically give love. Pornography was masking something else beneath the surface. And so when you remove pornography and when a heart change occurs, it's like I can actually love somebody else and be loved by somebody else, truly. Because true love requires something of you, like that quote I just shared. Pornography requires nothing of you. Nothing. It's just gimme, 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 gimme. Give me this right now. Whereas loving somebody, being open, intimate, vulnerable, it requires something of you. It requires courage. It requires strength. It requires vulnerability to open up. And when you do that, it's amazing what can happen. It's not about porn. Porn and sex addiction is not about porn or sex. It's about how you deal with life. What is going on in your life to where you're using pornography as a way to numb out? Porn and sex addiction is not a porn and sex problem. It's a how you deal with life problem. So what's beneath the surface of the behavior that is drawing somebody into pornography? What are you avoiding? What are you running from? What are you not courageous enough to say to your partner? What trauma might you be trying to escape from or medicate from? There's always pain involved. I'm like 50% want to just fall asleep right now, and 50% like, let's go. Let's ramp up this live. It's not that deep, bro. Come on and chat, Jetto. I'd love to chat, man. Love to chat. We could have a great discussion, Jetto. I dare you. Drinking hot water. Anybody just drink hot water ever? It's kind of good. It's like drinking tea without the calories. Not that I care about that. Does tea have calories? He must have never been on this side. Pixels, so we're choosing him. Yes, it's actually really healthy for you. Poverty meal. Well, hello, Krista. All right. I'm going to read. What book should I read? You guys know the books I read. Porn Myth, Unwanted, The Betrayal Bind. Which one do you want to hear? Help Her Heal, How We Love. Body Keeps the Score. Porn Myth, Betrayal Bind, Unwanted. Okay, you're all over the place. Porn Myth. All right, Porn Myth, that book. Porn Myth, How We Love. Porn Myth. All right, Porn Myth has... Well, the Porn Myth will just get you all riled up about how bad porn is. Which is... good. Don't get me wrong. Let's just start at chapter 1, huh? The Porn Myth by Matt Fradd. These are how triggering is. Oh, it'll be triggering. Okay. But also your ability to withstand and push through triggers. Well, what I want to say is that's part of the invitation for you for healing. Not that you have to like sit through this, but it's not that bad. There are some chapters in here that are really a doozy, but I kind of self-censor as I need to. All right. So this book is what, 18, 19 myths about pornography? And this is a non-religious presentation on essentially the harms of pornography. Myth number 1, porn is just adult entertainment. Each of these are like 3 to 5 pages or so, maybe 6 or 7. 100 years ago in England, if you said you were going to a gentleman's club, it was understood that you were going to a private upper-class establishment where you could relax, read, play parlor games, dine, and gossip with others of your class. Today in the United States, if you say you are going to a gentleman's club, it is assumed that you will be paying to see a striptease in a low-lit bar that smells like urinals and hopelessness. Likewise, 50 years ago, if you said you were going to the adult section of the public library, it was understood that you were looking for works by Agatha Christie, perhaps, or John Steinbeck. Today, people would assume you're looking for something pornographic. By the way, if I get banned for what I say in here, whatever, I'll be back. So if the live just shuts off, that's probably what happened. Follow my backup account. Pornography is often classified as adult entertainment, something for mature audiences, as if this form of entertainment were merely not suitable for children. The truth is, pornography isn't suitable for adults either. Heroin is also not suitable for children, but this does not mean ipso facto that it is healthy for those over the age of 18. Porn advocates are fond of saying, fond is an understatement, they repeat it like a mantra, that pornography is sophisticated entertainment for responsible adults. Porn, they will have you believe, is what those with mature tastes appreciate, like Scotch and Dostoevsky. As porn actor and filmmaker Ron Jeremy is quick to say, pornography is consensual sex between consenting adults to be watched by consenting adults. This leads us to ask, what exactly constitutes an adult or a mature person? Do these words refer merely to one's age, as in at least 18, a legal age of maturity? One way we use the term mature is when talking about reaching a final or desired state. We speak of mature wine as wine that has reached its peak fermentation and is ready to be consumed. We also use the word mature to speak of those who have, quote, grown up in their behaviors and attitudes and no longer display the impetuousness and naivety of youth. The patrons of strip clubs call these establishments gentlemen's clubs to imply that the activities there are manly, not boyish. Ask any neuroscientist what a mature human brain looks like, and he will likely mention a region of the brain known as the prefrontal cortex. It is directionally behind the forehead and serves as the managerial center of the brain. It is responsible for our willpower. It regulates our behavior by making decisions based on judgments about good and bad, better and best, and so forth. When emotions, impulses, and urges surge from the midbrain, the lobes in the prefrontal cortex exercise executive control over them. By the age of 25, this region of the brain reaches maturity, meaning that by that age, thinking becomes more sophisticated and regulating emotions becomes easier. Chelsea said, what's the best way to explain to your partner why you don't want them watching it? Let me finish this chapter and I'll come back to that, Chelsea. Remind me if I don't. Why bring neuroscience into the equation? Because fascinating research is being done by looking at the impact that porn has on this region of the brain. As the brain responds to sexual stimulation, surges of dopamine are released during sexual encounters, including pornographic stimulation. giving the person a sharp sense of focus and an awareness of sexual craving. Dopamine helps to lay down memories in the brain so that the next time a man or woman is in the mood, the brain remembers where to return to experience sexual pleasure, whether that is a lover or the laptop in the den. I'm going to read that again. Dopamine helps to lay down memories in the brain so that the next time a man or woman is in the mood, the brain remembers where to return to experience sexual pleasure, whether that is a lover or the laptop in the den. But scientists are now seeing that continued exposure to porn gives the brain an unnatural high beyond what it is wired to handle, and the brain eventually fatigues. Anatomy and physiology instructor Gary Wilson notes that drug abuse causes the same phenomenon. The brain becomes desensitized. More of the drug or harder drugs are then needed to get the same high, and the downward spiral of addiction begins. Wilson says that chemical overstimulation brings about significant changes in the brain both for drug abusers and porn users. One of those changes is the erosion of the prefrontal cortex, the all-important center of executive control. That's why I say when porn fries your brain, that's the brain scientist behind it. I can't explain it that well because I'm not a brain scientist, but it's true. A study on cocaine addiction published in 2002 showed shrinkage in several areas of the brain, particularly the frontal control areas among cocaine users. A study from 2004 showed very similar results from methamphetamine addicts. But we expect drugs to damage the brain, Hilton said. So these studies don't really surprise us. What did surprise researchers, he said, was to find the same results for overeating that leads to obesity. A study published in 2006 found in obese people shrinkage in the frontal lobes very similar to that found in coke and meth addicts. A study published in 2007 discovered the same kind of brain damage in persons who exhibited severe sexual addiction. So we have 4 studies, 2 drug and 2 natural addiction studies, all done in different academic institutions by different research teams and published over a 5-year period in 4 different peer-reviewed scientific journals. And all 4 studies show that addictions physically affect the frontal lobe of the brain. And by the way, Dr. Trish Lee came out with a new book like 6 months ago with a whole bunch of new studies in the last 5 or 10 years that Trish Lee piggybacked on Gary Wilson's work and essentially proved all the same stuff over again using different studies. If the frontal lobes of the brain are weakened when the craving for porn hits, there is very little willpower present to regulate the desire. Neuroscientists call this problem hypofrontality, in which the person slowly loses impulse control and mastery of his passions. The point is this: the region in the brain that, when mature, is the mark of adulthood is the very thing that is eroded as people view porn. It is as if viewing porn makes the brain revert and become more childish. Adult entertainment is actually making people more juvenile. The attempt to make sexual deviancy appear gentlemanly seems to be nothing more than the attempt of weak men to justify shameful behavior. Since the very first issue of Playboy hit the magazine racks in 1953, Hugh Hefner's strategy was twofold. To distributors, he would market the magazine as softcore porn, but to the target audience, he would market it as a lifestyle magazine for upwardly mobile men. This began the cultural change in porn's public image. When the editors addressed the reader, the pictures were just one of many attractions rather than the attraction. The reader was invited not to masturbate to the centerfold, but rather to enter the world of the cultural elite, to discuss philosophy and consume food associated with the upper middle class. The markers of upper class life, which appear casually thrown in as afterthoughts, cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, and Picasso, were deliberately placed to cloak the magazine in an aura of upper middle class respectability. Just as Playboy would have died without the naked women lining its pages, so it would also have died without its articles and advertisements, which gave permission to the self-defined middle-class American male to indulge in porn. Did you catch that? What is it that adult stores offer? Why is it that adult stores offer back entrances? Is it because their clientele are misunderstood revolutionaries who are plotting the demise of a sexually repressed society? Or is it much simpler than that? Is it because they know that such behavior is shameful? Which activity sounds more mature and grown up? Making love for a lifetime to one real flesh and blood woman whom you are eagerly serving and cherishing, despite all her faults and blemishes and despite your own? Or sneaking away at night to troll the internet, flipping from image to image, from one 30-second teaser to another for hours on end, pleasuring yourself as you bond to pixels on a screen. Say it louder for the people in back. And look, this is not just to shame or condemn men. This is to invite us into a awareness of what's actually going on. Okay? Like, I hope if you're a man out there, you're not just like, oh, I feel so bad. It's like, look at what our culture is driving us towards. I'm going to read it again. Which activity sounds more mature and grown up? Making love for a lifetime to one real flesh and blooded woman whom you are eagerly serving and cherishing, despite all her faults and blemishes and despite your own? Or sneaking away at night to troll the internet, flipping from image to image, from one 30-second teaser to another for hours on end, pleasuring yourself as you bond to pixels on a screen? No, indulging in pornographic media and other forms of commercial sex are hardly benefiting of the adjective adult. Actions speak louder than words, even when those words are 5 feet high, neon, and say Gentleman's Club. So that's chapter 1 of The Porn Myth by Matt Fradd. It's a good book. I haven't read that in a while. It's a doozy, though, this book. A lot of myths about pornography. All right, got to answer this girl's question. What was the question again? I forgot. It was a long time ago. And I'll bring a guest on here in a minute about her partner. Oh, how do you bring it up to your partner? Well, what do you want to say to your partner? What do you want to say? Just figure out what you want to say and then say that. But more importantly, look at, why are you still in this situation? I mean, how do you ask them to stop watching porn? You just say, will you please stop watching porn? It's that simple. And if they choose not to, they're telling you the truth. And that is information that you can use to make a different decision about your life. Because you can spend a lot of time trying to get somebody else to stop watching porn. Or you can decide to be with somebody who's going to value you differently, the way that you deserve to be valued. So don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Hey man, I really don't like that you're watching pornography. It hurts me. And here's the thing. If he wants to, just let him. Just let him. Hey man, look, no problem. Watch all the porn you want. But if you want to be in a relationship with me, I expect more. I expect something different. So you're going to need to not watch pornography if you want to be in a relationship with me. So you can choose what to do. No problem. No problem. All right, let's bring a guest on. I don't know if you guys actually meant to request, but we're going to bring you on. So get ready. And if you're snoring, we'll laugh at you. With you. We'll laugh with you. I love when there's snores on. Snores are the best. Amanda K. Hot water. Hi, can you talk about the financial burden of this addiction? Yeah. Well, Dr. Doug Weiss, who's written a lot of books on the topic, he has a saying that, I don't know if it's true or not. It's not like he's studied people, but Oftentimes when men quit watching porn and get their life on track, their income doubles. So the financial burden, look, what is the opportunity cost of you masturbating while watching strangers all day? What are you not pursuing? How are you not building your career? How are you not going out for that promotion? I mean, you can, many people never spend a dime on pornography or OF or whatever it is. But it's not necessarily about the dollars spent, though that is relevant in many cases, right? Or if there's prostitutes or OF or cam girls or whatever involved. But also it's like, where could that effort be going instead? So there can be a huge financial component to it. Callie.
Hey. Oh,
What's going on?
yeah. Adam puts his on at the same. I'm echoing.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Am I still echoing? Yeah. Okay. Wait.
it might be me. I don't know. I've been
Am I
having all
echoey
sorts
still?
of issues. I can hear
Yeah.
you fine. Do
Hello?
you guys hear an echo for her?
Yeah. I hear it.
All right, hold on. What about now? Do you still have an echo?
Hello? No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. When we get on, Adam has his phone on at the same time, so I was having him turn his phone down. That's why, because I didn't want it to echo. But I don't think he turned it down and it was still echoing, so I don't think that's what it was. But anyway, what I was gonna say was, I think to the girl that was saying how she brings it up to her partner, I feel like a lot of girls feel, and I think I've mentioned this before, but I think a lot of girls feel like they have to be like the cool girl, and they feel like they have to tolerate it because they feel like they'll look crazy, or they'll look like they're like causing a scene by not tolerating it. And I just think that it's really sad that so many girls feel that way. But I think it's really important to realize that it's not asking too much to ask your partner to not watch porn, and you have every right to have that conversation. So don't feel like you're being too much by asking that of him. And how he responds is going to tell you whether or not that's a relationship you want to be in. But yes, a lot of men do struggle with porn. That's true. But you can expect them to prioritize you enough that they'll take it seriously and make effort to change. And if they don't, then you don't want to be in relationships where men aren't prioritizing you or valuing you enough to put the effort in to change. So I think sometimes women need to hear that, because they think they have to put up with it because they just have been told so often by media, or I don't know, just the world, that it's something they have to put up with. And I think it's sad that they feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And I've worked with a lot of couples, and this dynamic always gets me, is when that pick me, somebody said that in the chat, pick me, where the woman just wants him to watch less porn. It's like, hold on, you're missing the point here. Is he putting his focus on you or not? Right? I mean, that last quote from this book is so good. I mean, did you hear me say that, Callie? Which would you rather have?
Yeah.
Which activity sounds more mature and grown up? Making love for a lifetime to one real flesh and blooded woman who you are eagerly serving and cherishing despite all her faults and blemishes and despite your own? Or sneaking away at night to troll the internet, flipping from image to image, from one 30-second teaser to another for hours on end, pleasuring yourself as you bond to pixels on a screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole excerpt that you read was very, very good, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good book.
So.
it gets pretty intense, to say the least, at some points in it. But it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. I'm like so tired, but I'm not. Two things can be true. I'm like tired and energized at the same time. Maybe if I hit this button for a while, it'll wake me up. All right, let's bring another guest on. Baby K57321. Oh, request canceled. Allie Starnes. Hello, Allie Starnes. L. Callie. Jack, you want to come on and chat? What are the signs of active addiction? Well, I'm wondering why you're asking that question. Maybe he's short with you. I mean, look, I think just go ask him. Hey, are you watching porn? Be direct. Beating it randomly. That's one of the signs of active addiction. Going to the bathroom a lot. Hearing sounds like baloney smacking together frequently. ED can be a sign, yep. There's an uptick in men reporting erectile dysfunction. What was the book I was reading called? The Porn Myth by Matt Fradd. I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this. Well, come on and chat with me, Stoic Euphoria. Oh, that person didn't want to talk. Not watching you as much. Could be. Hey, Adam, it's the other half.
That's right.
Did you want to say anything, or did you just want to troll me?
Well, no. I wanted to start out trolling you, but I do want to get serious.
Okay.
Piggybacking off of what Callie said, I think it's like this is, it's not easy to come out in a porn addiction, right? It's not fun, but it has allowed me to mature in ways that I think had she not discovered my use of it, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
So could you say in a way it's almost like you're glad that this happened?
Well, I mean, I'm glad that the outcome has made me and her closer in a relationship, and that we have both matured from it and gone closer, and that she has also had that voice that she was encouraging other women to talk about, because I think that's a big thing for, like she said, a lot of women to not speak up, and she spoke up, and as much as it sucked to hear and brought out, those feelings of shame and guilt in me, it changed me for the better. So, and I appreciate that of her. I had a lot of that communication of appreciation, so that has brought us close together.
I love that. Can I share something about you guys, just like when we first talked?
Yeah, sure.
Did you know this? Is she listening too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Callie, you scheduled your initial call with me about a year ago.
Yeah.
On December 18th of 2024.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that initial call went?
Yes. I honestly wasn't even 100% aware of his porn addiction at that time, I thought I was more of the problem because the reason I scheduled it was because I thought that he had mentioned that sometimes he gets the urge to watch porn or something, and he said that he doesn't even watch it, and that like made me emotional and upset. But I was like, I'm not, like, you're not even watching it, so I'm not mad at you. But he was watching it at that time and I didn't know it. And so that's why we booked that. And yeah, it was kind of, it's interesting that, but then we booked a second one when after I like actually discovered everything.
Yeah, there was about what, 6 months or so between, 6 or 7 months later.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so you gave Adam what we call the gift of desperation. Right? Essentially, it's like, I'm going to put my foot down. I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. Something has to change here or else. And the addict oftentimes doesn't make a change until they feel like they're about to lose it all, or they feel like something big is at stake. And then it's like, oh, okay, maybe there's something here. And you played a part in that, Cal.
Yeah.
Now, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And Adam drank. Adam drank. There comes a moment when addicts realize they're about to lose everything: an intimate relationship, children, job, money, friends, and more. In this moment, addicts may finally receive the gift of desperation and become willing to embrace a program of recovery from addiction. And you play an important part in this gift by making it clear when you've reached your limit and under what circumstances you will leave the relationship. So don't underestimate your voice. And to the person who asked the question, how do I bring it up with him? Your goal is not to get him to stop watching porn. My invitation for you would be to ask yourself, why are you staying around for this? Same with you, I Love Max. Why are you staying around for it? If anything, his behavior is a form of him being honest. Hey, I'm choosing porn. Okay. So what are you going to do with that information? Yeah, well, everything else in our relationship is just fine except for this area. Yeah, what I hear when you say that is everything in our relationship is just fine except for the fact that he won't stop using other women for his sexual pleasure. Sounds like a pretty big thing. Now, look, behind every man who struggles with pornography or woman, there's a story that's dying to be told about their life and what got them there. It's not just because you're a pervert, but maybe you are a pervert, I don't know. Something happened along the way. Something happened along the way, and that's the best idea that you had. And that deserves to be explored. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, I was telling Adam this earlier, that I feel like I used to have, and I guess, I mean, maybe I still have, I can have a bit of frustration at times towards like men that watch it behind their partner's back and stuff like that. But I don't know, like, I feel like I've gotten to a point where I can have more empathy for like their stories and why they're turning to porn. And I used to not do that as much.
Yeah.
Which doesn't, again, justify what they're doing. I'm not trying to make excuses or justify their behavior, but I feel like I've gotten to a point where I can at least, and I think that's part of when you're looking at why your boyfriend or whoever is looking at porn, you want to also try to look into like, why are they looking at porn instead of just like stop looking at porn. That's also very important. Totally, yeah. Until you uncover the why, the change in the behavior, it's gonna be hard. It's probably not gonna happen. Yeah, but all right, I'm gonna bring another guest on here, guys. Come back later, okay?
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, 6-7. It's been bothering me for a while, but I just don't know how to start that conversation. I Love Max. Okay, so come on here and chat, Max. I'll walk you through it. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not much. Is porn cheating?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? All right. Why's
No,
that?
no. Well, I mean, it's me. I work on a vessel. I'm gone 30 days at a time and stuff like that. Like, me and my wife, we have a really good relationship, but I do watch porn on occasion, you know, and I don't see it as being the same as cheating, you know. I'm not talking to other females or stuff like that, you know. I'm not trying to have a relationship with anybody outside of her, you know, and it's nothing to do with her, you know. It's just like an outlet decompression, you know what I mean? I don't
Got
see it as a thing of malice by any means.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
And
All
I
right.
mean, I could understand like people feel it as though like it's a bad thing if they were spending money and it was putting a financial strain on things. I definitely see that being a problem, you know. And I mean, I'd see it being an issue if they're using it because they weren't getting their needs met by their partner, you know. That would need to be a bigger topic.
Got it. Okay. All right. So are you married?
Yes, sir.
All right. How long have you been married?
5 years.
Okay. And when did you start watching pornography?
Shoot. Since I've been able to find dirty magazines under my dad's bed, stuff like that, you know.
All right.
As a teenager.
So your dad made pornography accessible to you when you were a child?
I wouldn't say it was like accessible like purposely. I mean, I've found them through the years of neighbors. Like I'd be at their house and the guy, like the older adults, maybe had a magazine under their bed or something like that. You know, like it's been around.
Got it. How old are you now?
I'm 35.
Okay. Okay. So roughly 20 years you've been watching porn?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. How does your wife feel about that?
Yeah, she doesn't have any problems with it.
Is she there right now? Can we get her on?
No, I'm on a vessel right now. I'm in the middle of the river.
Oh, what river?
I'm on the Ohio.
Oh, what do you do? I'm so curious about what you do.
I'm a towboater. I'm actually learning to be a captain.
Got it. Should I
put barges up and down the river. Yeah.
Should I call you captain?
Oh no, you don't have to do all that.
Okay. Okay. You have a very interesting laugh. Has anyone ever told you that?
No.
Really?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
No. All right. So how often do you watch pornography?
Oh, probably every few days, you know.
Every few days. Okay.
Especially being out here, you know, like, I mean, you're stuck out here. It's nothing but dudes. You're stuck on a boat with 12 guys. And, yeah, when you get some time by yourself, it's kind of I'm sure it's a pretty common thing out here, you know.
Interesting. Okay. How often do you spend on the boat at a time?
Anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay. That's a long time.
I get that same amount of time home.
Oh, so you'll be 4 to 6 weeks on and then 4 to 6 weeks off?
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's pretty
So you
awesome, actually.
So you work like half the year roughly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay. All right. So why do you watch pornography?
Oh, I guess it'd be more on the boredom end, you know? Boredom and kind of, like I said, decompression. It's like the one thing, especially like out here, kind of outside of work, you know? Like, you don't have a lot of outlets when you're stuck in the middle of the river on a boat. You don't get to get off at all. You're stuck on this vessel. It's only 100 feet long, plus whatever barges you have. So you're here for 28 days. So either play guitar, maybe watch porno, you know, that's about it. Eat, sleep, and work.
Interesting. Do you watch it when you're back at home with your wife?
Not particularly. I mean, I might like once, twice throughout the month, but not really.
Got it. Does she know how often you use it?
Yeah, I think she's got a pretty good idea. You know, she knows like my drive as a partner is pretty heavy, anyways. You know, especially when I come home. Like I have a fairly high sex drive, and she understands that.
Got it. All right. Well, what else you want to share?
Well, I mean, I was just like, I mean, what's your perspective on it? Because you're saying, do you feel as though porn is cheating? Like, I mean, I'm reading comments like people say, it's like I find it funny or what have you. Like, what's the correlation, or what's the thoughts between my perspective on it and yours?
Yeah, good question. Well, I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person, and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's using a person on a screen or otherwise, I think you've gone against the agreement, the commitment in your relationship, and you're therefore cheating.
Okay. Oh. Like when you say mind, body, and spirit, I mean, you take that into account. You're looking at the person themselves. Like, I don't see. I mean, like when you watch porn and stuff, like I mean, they're people and stuff like that, but I'm not seeing a connection. You know, like I'm not thriving for the intimacy that I get from my partner, the person that I entrust like all my thoughts and all my things going on in my life and everything that we go through together in a relationship. Like I'm not having that with porn. Like that connection's not broken nor severed. You know, like I mean, there's definitely a difference. You know, like you say, mind, body, and spirit. Well, I mean, there very much still is that connection. You know, I don't feel as though that's breaking an agreement. You know.
Got it. So, all right. So you're not having that connection with the people in pornography. Then what are you doing with them?
Getting off. You know, like just.
Well, I mean, well, you're
you know?
well, yeah, but you're using their body just so you can get off.
Okay. Yeah, the visual images, the visual stimulation, yeah. But it wouldn't be the same as what I get from my partner, because I'm not just getting her body or what have you. I'm getting a very emotional and intimate moment with her that isn't shared with anybody else in any other perspective, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
so it's almost like there's something sacred about sex.
there's something sacred about, physical intimacy. And it doesn't even just have to be sex. The connection between the two people, like between you both, and letting each other be fully available to each other is what is sacred about it.
Got it. Yeah, it makes sense, man. And I talk to a lot of people and I hear a lot of things. It sounds like you're like, on one hand, I'm fully there and available for my partner, with my partner. And I'm wondering if in pornography, there's this part of you that's also putting yourself out there sexually with other things or people on a screen that aren't your wife.
What do you mean?
pornography, the people that you're using in pornography. Pornography reduces a person down to just their sexual value
Okay.
and then
I see it.
consumes
Like-
the person. And just like you said, you're like, yeah, I really don't care about the person. I don't have a connection with them. I just want to use their body in this moment so that I can get off.
Right. I mean, and it might even sound worse this way, but I see it as the same concept as me watching a video to learn, or like playing guitar or something like that. I get the same kind of emotion out of it. You know what I mean? Like a quick enjoyment, separation from what I've got going on, you know, that I may not be able to get at the moment from my partner or what have you. And I continue on about my day, you know? And I mean, it does sound, like, yes, I'm using these other people that put themselves out here for my enjoyment, you know, as an entertainment for a brief moment. But that's what they've chose to do. So use the opportunity, but not like make an addiction out of it. I mean, I know there's people out there that have to have porn in order to have any fulfillment out of even having sex with their partner, which I think would be outrageous, you know?
Got it. Do you think it's honoring towards your partner to use pornography?
I don't know. I know she uses pornography, and I don't feel any animosity towards that, you know?
Do you think it's honoring towards her when you're using pornography?
I don't feel like I dishonor her.
Got it. You went away. Waters must be rough out there on the Ohio. Where is the Ohio River? Ohio River. Did you guys know that you can go from Duluth, Minnesota? Some of you are from Minneapolis or Minnesota, and I know that. At least one. Did you know you can go from Duluth to the ocean? Did you guys know that? I bet if you're from Minnesota, you knew that. And if I'm wrong, correct me on that. I just learned that like 2 weeks ago. You can go from Duluth, Minnesota to the ocean. It's crazy. How was I supposed to know that? All right, well, that guy left. I'll bring another guest on in just a minute. And while I go, I'll be right back. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already, if you like my content. If not, no problem. But maybe you want to come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. Maybe. Maybe. Be right back. All right.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hi, so I'm just here to debate. I don't really, I don't think it's cheating per se.
You're not there anymore.
Can you hear me?
I can now, yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So I just really think it depends on, it's more about like a person's perspective per se, in my opinion.
Okay.
I just think that the same way how like people have a tendency of it all goes down to like addiction and all that stuff. You know how people can drink alcohol every once in a while. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're an alcoholic. It goes the same way with addiction. I feel like if your partner has told you that they do not feel comfortable with masturbation, then that right there just tells you everything that you need to know. Like, I don't feel comfortable.
Hold on. That has like nothing to do with what we're talking about, though. The question is porn cheating?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, I got it. But you're talking about masturbation. Are you implying that while the person is masturbating, they're watching porn?
I would assume so. Yes.
Got it. Well, don't assume. It's not always the case.
Oh. Okay. So yeah, I guess watching porn, is that what we're talking about right now?
So using pornography, which often is accompanied by masturbation, but not always. You can masturbate without watching porn. So you said you want to debate. What do you want to debate?
That I don't think that porn is cheating. I
Okay,
think
so
that it's
you want to
just doing
debate that you don't think porn is cheating.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. And what's your claim?
My claim is that in my opinion, I just think that it all goes down to, it's an emotional thing. A lot of people feel like porn. I'm sorry, I'm like stuttering. A lot of people have a tendency of thinking that porn is cheating based off of emotion rather than rather than facts. You're not physically.
All right, well, let's define the terms. How would you define cheating?
Having a physical or emotional connection with somebody.
Got
Like going out of your way to create, whether it's physical or emotional, because people can cheat like emotionally, even though it may not be like whether they're having sex, whatever the case is. So I don't think that it is cheating per se, unless you're doing it secretively.
Got it.
Then
Okay.
you're
All right.
violating boundaries.
Okay. Do you think that it violates a boundary or is cheating if one person were to ask somebody who's not their partner for nude photos or videos?
Oh, that's cheating. That's emotionally cheating. Yes.
Got it. Okay, so then we agree. Porn is cheating.
I'm sorry. When you're talking about porn, not like this guy was talking about pornography, the guy before that, I'm thinking that you guys are talking about watching porn, like online.
Well, yeah, when you're watching porn, you're asking somebody, you're requesting nude photos or videos from another person. That's what the act of going and seeking out pornography is and then consuming it. And I just asked you if you think that would be considered cheating, and you said yes.
If you're asking a person that you know, then yes, because then you're going out of your way to do that, which is completely different than seeking
Okay.
it
All right.
from
All right.
somebody that you
So you
know.
just changed what you're saying. You added the word somebody that you know. So do you want to clarify your position then?
I feel like if you're going out of your way to ask for photos from anybody, whether it's somebody you know versus somebody, whether you know them or you don't know them, you're still physically asking somebody versus putting it in a website or magazine, whatever the case is. It's two completely different things.
It's actually
know,
not. The technical term when you go and pull up a website is called a request. You're requesting a photo or video from another person.
You lagged on my end. Can you just say that again?
Yeah, it's actually not really different. The technical term when you're pulling up a website is called a request. So you're requesting a picture or video from another person. it sounds like I'm not clear on what your position is, but it sounds like if you know them, it's cheating, but if you don't know the person, it's not cheating.
Well, no, because you have seen, well, not you per se, but there have been men and women who have asked random people for nudes, for instance, that they've never met while they are in a relationship. That is cheating, because you're going out of your way to reach
Okay,
out.
how is that different? If I go to XYZ porn site and try to get random pictures of a random person, how is that different?
Because again, you're trying to connect with somebody to get that. Now you are going out of your way to have that kind of communication with somebody, whereas when you're searching it up online, it's completely different, because you're not necessarily like going out to have that conversation with somebody.
All right, what's the difference? I don't understand the difference.
I just told you the difference is that you are going out of your way to have a conversation with somebody to receive those photos, whereas the other way, you are searching it up online.
And in the end result, in both cases, the end result is what?
Pardon?
In both cases, the end result is what?
The end result, well, I guess the end result is whatever it is that they're doing, they're getting off, whatever.
Got it. So in both cases, the end result is they're getting off or presumably masturbating while watching whatever it is they obtained from the other person or website.
Sure.
So for you, it's how they go about obtaining it that decides whether it's cheating or not. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I guess if that's how you want to try to word it, to change my wording, sure.
I'm not trying to change your wording. I'm just trying to gain clarity. So is that a fair representation of what you're communicating?
Sure.
Okay.
I guess that's a clear representation.
Okay. Got it. So for you, it's not that they're masturbating while watching other people have sex. It's how they went about obtaining the pornography that decides whether it's cheating or not.
Again, in my opinion, when porn is cheating, is just basically an emotional, like from an emotional standpoint, people just think it's not based off of logic, because you're not having a physical or emotional connection with that person, whether it's in magazines, online, wherever else. I don't really know like where else you can get like that kind of stuff.
Got it. So when does cheating become cheating?
When does it become cheating? I guess when you're going ahead and trying to initiate something. Like I said, whether it is going behind your partner's back to do something, going behind your back.
All right. So what if you're going behind your partner's back to obtain nude photos or videos from a website on the internet? Is that cheating?
Like I said, yeah. Like I said from the jump, it all goes down to how you and your partner communicated to each other in the beginning of the relationship.
Got it. So it comes down to the agreement you have with your partner in the
standpoint.
relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's based off of your partner's emotions rather than logic itself.
Okay. Got it. Based on logic, or I'm sorry, based on emotions, not logic. All right. So what if the agreement in the relationship is I'm committed to you, you're committed to me, we're only each other's sexual outlet?
See, but that's completely different. If you guys had an agreement, you guys are married, whatever the case is, and you guys had like, my vows are like, I don't know, this, like, I am yours, you are mine, that's it, nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, then when you guys come to that kind of agreement, yes, it's cheating. But again, it depends on on what the people who are in the relationship, monogamous, whatever it is. It depends on what they wind up agreeing on. But again, that's all based on a person It's not like a person's feelings. It's not based on facts.
Okay, so if you've agreed that you're only going to be each other's person, then would pornography be cheating in that relationship?
Off of your hypothetical, sure.
Well, that's
But
what
you
you
asked
just
me
said.
on a
I'm restating it.
hypothetical.
I'm restating
You
it. Okay.
said on a hypothetical standpoint. You asked me
All right.
what?
All right. Okay. So then what would be the opposite of that? What would be the agreement a couple would need to have to where pornography would be acceptable?
I guess when they both come to an understanding. Why are you masturbating?
Well, if the more monogamy standard, I would define it as we're each other's person. Pornography then would not be okay. It would be cheating. Then how would you define the other type of relationship where pornography would be okay?
Again, some people who are in monogamous relationships are okay with the person using pornography as an outlet, because a lot of the time, like people, like with pornography, sometimes it comes masturbation, and that is their kind of outlet. Does that mean it's okay? No. My whole thing is that you asked me a hypothetical. If they come to an agreement, then that's completely different. You have nothing to say?
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I mean, I can't. I'm trying to help get clear on what you're saying, but it's pretty difficult. So I don't know where to go from here. You said you wanted to debate. I'm having a hard time even figuring out what your position is.
I told you my position is that it's not cheating, but it depends on the person, on every person, because every person is different. Again, it's based off of how a person feels towards certain things, about certain, like pornography, for instance.
Yeah, it depends on the agreement in the relationship. So if like you said, you use some term such as we're each other's person, okay? What would be a different definition for that where pornography would be okay?
I don't think that you're real. I don't think you're trying. Maybe not. Maybe you understand and you're just not. You don't want to understand. But again, there are people who come to an agreement when they're in a monogamous relationship that they're okay with it. It is cheating when that person stated from the beginning, they made that kind of boundary, basically saying that I feel like this is cheating. But again, that is a feeling, that is not a fact.
So when does cheating factually become cheating?
And like I answered to you earlier, it is when you are going out of your way to get a physical or emotional connection with somebody. A physical or emotional connection with somebody, like I said earlier.
Got it. All right, well, thanks for sharing. I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it either. He definitely didn't get it. Hey there, what's going on?
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. With what she was saying, I don't agree with, because me and my partner agreed at the beginning of a relationship that we would watch it together, but I stopped watching it because I didn't want to do it anymore. And then he he travels for work, and I wasn't with him because we just had a baby, and he got addicted to porn because I wasn't there pleasing him, and he hid it from me, which that is cheating.
He got addicted to porn because you weren't there pleasing him?
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry you're in this situation.
But it isn't like that anymore. But sometimes it is. He still watches it, even though he knows how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's almost
How do you feel about it?
Well, since I've had a baby, my body isn't the same how it was before. And the girls that sorry, I'm probably about to cry. But
That's okay.
the girls that he watches, it's they're nothing like me. And it just makes me insecure. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're doing great.
Even though I love him. Hold on. Let me get. Okay.
So just take a moment. What do you notice coming up right now in your body?
Emotion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm crying.
And what are those emotions wanting to say?
That I want him to stop.
Do you want it to stop?
I do want it to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is how I found out he was doing it. I had his old phone, and he was at work. He left it here, and I got he got a notification from Cash App, and maybe nosy, I opened it, and it said $5 spent on OnlyFans, and I went onto Cash App, and there were several, in total $280, and OnlyFans. And one day I went through his phone on OnlyFans, and he was telling him that he wanted to show him his new car and all this stuff. And it's just like, I just want people to understand that it's not okay. It's not. Every day, just hope and pray that it gets better. I'm so sorry. I probably look very weak right now, but it just breaks my heart because it was never like this before. And I just hate. I mean, some of the OF models are very funny, like Julia, like the Bob House. Like, I do follow some of them, but it's not because they're OnlyFans. It's because of the content that they make, and it's funny. Those are the people that I can stand. But the other girls that are on TikTok that forcibly like shake their ass. Sorry, I'm probably not allowed to cuss, but shake their ass or show their body off. I mean, I get it. You have a nice body, but there's other men on this app, and I know that I know that he has to watch that stuff to get interested in it. I'm sorry, can I read one of these comments?
Sure.
Jack, I did talk to him about it. I voiced it to him. And he still hasn't listened. So, but there's like the girls that forcefully just put that all out there. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave him. Actually, I love him, and we're working through this because I've actually told him that we have an agreement that he can only do it 2 times a week, and he's agreed. So, but anyways, as I was saying, those girls are like, I have no respect for them. No respect at all. Sorry, but I love girls. But I know that it's not okay for him to still do it.
All right, Autumn. Thank you for sharing. I can hear in your voice the pain that this has caused you. And you said you something like you feel like you look really weak right now. What I'm experiencing, well, yeah, because you're crying. Okay, what I'm experiencing is somebody who has a tremendous amount of strength to come publicly, live on TikTok in front of 150 people and share something that you've probably been suffering with in silence for a long time.
Yes, sir, I have been.
Okay. Does that sound like something that a weak person would do or something that a strong person would do?
Strong.
Yeah. That's what I think. And tears are powerful, not a sign of weakness. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. And I just want people to know if they are struggling with that, with their partner, just know that it probably will get better. Because I know that it will. And I know that you can conquer an addiction. But it will take time, even though it hurts somebody.
Yeah. So you said something I found interesting. You allow him to do it twice a week. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Why?
Because he says I'm boring. And I don't please him.
Okay. All right. Well, early on you said, or I heard you say something like your lack of pleasing him caused him to get addicted to pornography.
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe that's true?
I think so.
Okay.
It feels
Well,
like it's my fault. That's
got it.
why.
Yeah. You're taking responsibility for his addiction. What you're saying is because of something I did, he now can't help himself to go do this other thing. Is that your responsibility?
Mm. No.
Okay. You say it. What'd you say again?
I said no.
Okay. No what?
No. I'm sorry. That's what you said.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
it's not.
my fault.
It's not your fault that he's addicted to pornography. It's not your fault. Now I get it. It can feel that way. Like I got it. You're not crazy for thinking that. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
How do you know?
I don't know. I go through a lot every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I don't know.
What are you hoping to be different in your life or in your relationship?
He doesn't watch porn.
What was that?
That he doesn't watch porn.
Okay. What else?
and I just want that.
Yeah, I got that. I got that. You don't want him to watch porn. But then what? What do you actually
Okay.
want to have happen?
Him to apologize.
Apologize to what? To him?
Yeah, no, for him to apologize to me.
Oh, you're wanting him to apologize to you.
Yes.
Yeah, you're wanting him to show some humbleness and humility. What else are you hoping for?
That our relationship gets better.
The relationship gets better. And what would better look like for you? Besides him not watching porn.
Him to understand what I'm going through.
Him to understand what you're going through.
Yes.
What else?
I don't really know. It really wasn't.
Yeah. All right, so
Sorry.
no, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. What you're going through is real, okay? You discovered something. You thought that pornography was something, oh, we just do this, and you had a baby, and everything changed for you. You've been invited into a new awareness of what relationship is like, and sex is like, and fidelity is like, and then you discovered that he has been paying OnlyFans girls and trying to show off his stuff to them.
Oh, and there's more. Sometimes when he comes home from work, he like, I don't know if I can say this on TikTok, but he shows me a lot of love, basically, to get me happy for the bedroom, if you know what I mean. And he goes, "Oh, will you just touch me?" And then he watches. Can I say the porn site on here or no?
Don't say it.
Okay, he watches them live. And he spent money on that one too. When that money could be spent on me and the baby.
Mm-hmm. How often does that happen?
Only the 2 times a week.
Oh, the 2 times a week. Okay. Got it. That sounds traumatizing.
Yeah. I would say so. I wouldn't want anybody to go through this.
Yeah. So why are you going through it?
Because I love him.
You love him.
Yes. I love him very much.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved him since we were in 7th grade.
Yeah. Check in with your body right now. What are you noticing as you're having this conversation?
I feel a lot better talking about it. Like a weight's off my chest.
Okay. Who
Makes
else
me
in?
feel better.
Yeah. Good. Who else in your life knows that you're going through this?
His mom, my mom and dad,
Do they know?
his brothers.
Do they know all the details?
Yes.
Okay. And what have they said to you?
Oh, he's just a teenage boy. That's all they really want now. Right now, that's all they really want.
Okay. And your body is telling you something different.
Yes.
What is your body telling you about what's occurring?
that it's not what they want. It's just that social media has been enforced into making them think that's what they want, because there's these girls online like showing their body off and then guys lust over it.
Mm-hmm. So your experience is that there's more to the story of what is causing him to behave the way that he's behaving.
Yes, sir.
Well, you just articulated differently that you didn't cause this. Do you notice that, Autumn? Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been gaslighting yourself into thinking that you're the problem.
I think it's because I grew up thinking that I was always the problem and I always ruined things. So that's why.
Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So you're a stay-at-home mom. You're 19 years old. You're engaged. And you love him. And you're going through all of this. I don't know what the answer is for you, okay? However, I'm sensing that you're wanting something different.
Like, what do you mean? Elaborate?
That you're wanting something different?
Yeah.
Well,
Like a different relationship or a different guy?
I don't know. Something different. Something not like what you're experiencing now.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's good and right to want more in your relationship. What do you think would be required from you to take a stand for yourself and what you're wanting?
To talk more about it.
To talk more about it. Great. With whom can you talk about it? Who will support you through this?
Mainly my mom.
Okay. So your mom, of the people you've told, your mom is supportive of you?
Yes.
Okay.
She's not the one that said that, oh, that's all teen boys want.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't like the way that things are going.
Yeah.
And mind you, I did leave for a little bit, but I came back because he begged me to come back and say that he was going to change and all this stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm curious what his story is and what got him there. And I'm not talking to him, I'm talking to you. But something I do know, that behind every man who struggles with pornography and or buys sex, whether that's OnlyFans or prostitution or massage parlors, there's a story that's dying to be told. There's a story that's dying to be told. And I say that just compassionately for what he's going through, not to excuse the behavior, but there's something there, right? Is there hope for you guys in your relationship? Yeah, of course, there's always hope. And again, look at the strength that you have shown here by talking about what's going on for you and how you said, like, you feel stronger now. That's shifted something in you. And you know you need to talk about this more. What's the cost of you holding this in?
Not being able to have motivation.
That's a pretty big cost.
And not being able to, I get angry at the baby because of it. I don't hurt him. I promise. I do not hurt him. I just get angry.
Yeah.
I would never ever hurt my baby. I would never do that. I just get really angry.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. And your baby is probably attuned to your emotional state. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to share, Autumn?
I know I shouldn't have shared a lot of this on the internet, but I just wanted people to know and realize how it is. It truly is.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right, take care.
You too.
W's in the chat. W's in the chat for our guests. Porn use always escalates. Porn use always escalates. Host, that's cap. Cite your source. Cite your source on why that's cap. I'll cite my source on why it's not cap. Mind Over Explicit Matter by Dr. Trish Lee. She explains the neuroscience behind why porn use always escalates. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's talk about you. Hi there, Carl Papa.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, it's Carl Papa. In the
Hi,
flesh.
Carl Papa. Is porn cheating?
No. If you need to get your nut on, get your nut on. Especially if long distance.
Got it. If you need to get your nut on, especially if long distance.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mhm.
Are you 18 or over?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. So if you need to get your nut on, especially if long distance. What do you mean by that?
So like if you're dating somebody that like lives in another state and like you wanna fuck them, but you can't, just like watch some porn, get your nut off, and think about them. That's what I do. Okay, guys, you guys are being mean. The fuck? We do FaceTime. The fuck? Speechless, I say.
What else you want to share?
If you think that masturbation is fucked up, then you're just too into God. So God's not real. Hail Satan.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
The variety of guests. It's fascinating. Fascinating. Remember when we talked about the lack of prefrontal lobe development, case in point? Oh, I just read a comment. That wasn't my, there was a comment, I read it, I didn't know what it said. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So first off, I want to say that I really appreciate Autumn and the way that she came out and spoke what was on her mind. And I feel for her deeply, very, very deeply.
Yeah, W's in the chat again for Autumn.
Yeah, no, Autumn did great. She was a star.
What about Carl Papa?
In my eyes. No. Sorry.
Okay.
That's a
Kinda
definite
rude.
no for me.
Kind of rude, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just
no.
picking favorites?
Yeah, no, that was definite rude and definite I'm sorry. I grew up Mormon my entire life, and I don't believe in Mormonism just because of how I grew up. But I do
Mormonism?
believe in Mormonism
Uh-huh.
per se. But I do believe in a higher power, and I call him God and everything like that. And I do believe that, you know, we all have free will per se. So her saying, "Hail Satan," good for you. I'm glad that that's what you believe in. Whatever.
I don't know that we're gonna like celebrate that one. Okay, just want to put that out there. But free speech, free will. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
that's
go on.
what I'm saying. Like, okay, good for you. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
But when it comes to porn for me, me and my now fiance had an issue at the beginning of our relationship, and I caught him watching porn. And I told him straight up, I said, "Listen, I don't like it." And at first he threw a fit and was like, "Oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. There are people I don't know." And I was like, "Okay, I get your point of view, but when I see the videos you're watching, it makes me so insecure that I don't look like those women." You know? Because it was always skinnier and whatever kind of women. And I was like, it just makes me so insecure. And I'm sorry that it hurts your feelings that I say this, but I'm just being honest with you, and I'm setting a boundary. So now, after 2 children,
Okay,
and when
hold on.
I don't
Hold on. Can I interject there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, what's the boundary that you set?
I just set the boundary that I didn't like him looking at women that didn't look like me, basically.
All right, you set the boundary that you didn't like him looking at women that didn't look like you.
Or just weren't me at all. Period.
Okay.
Like if
It sounds like you just.
you're gonna
It sounds like you just shared a feeling with him.
Right. And I told him, I said, if you're gonna masturbate, I would rather you do that with a picture of me or a video of me than
No, I got you. But you said you set a boundary. A boundary is when you declare an action that you will take if a request of and an agreement from another person is not met. That's a boundary. You said what I heard you say. Your boundary was, I don't like when you masturbate looking at people who don't look like me.
Right, correct. And
Yeah,
I was a little bit wrong on that.
Okay, yeah, it's not that you're wrong. I just wanted to clarify. I don't know that you set a boundary. I think you shared a feeling with him as opposed to setting a boundary.
Oh, okay. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's you're right. You're good. Good job. You're good.
Yeah, I just sniffed that one out, right? You said you set a boundary, and then 2 years or 2 kids later, whatever you said.
My therapist hasn't even pointed that out yet, so you're good.
You know, there's this another saying I have. There's nothing more expensive than bad or cheap therapy.
Actually, my therapist is great. I love him. He's amazing. But I don't
He loves
think
you too, because you keep paying him to come back and not have change in your life. Sorry. Maybe that was not appropriate.
Okay. You know what? How about you become my therapist? I'll pay you.
Great. There's a link in my bio. You can schedule a call with me for $1 and we can talk about what that'll look like.
Okay. Anyways, what I was trying. Sorry, I'm dying now. You got.
It's been 5 minutes. We gotten farther than 2 years of therapy in 5 minutes on TikTok. Just saying.
Shit. I'm gonna die. Thank you. I needed that.
Yeah, you did. You're welcome. It's worth the price of admission, wasn't it?
Okay. Anywho.
Hello.
when we first got together, like when we literally first got together, it was sex 5 times a day. But then I got pregnant 6 months later.
Are you surprised?
No, I'm not actually. Apparently, me and him are fertile mortals like crazy.
Oh, it's funny. Sometimes when you have sex, 9 months later, a human being appears.
Yeah, she appeared real quick too. Tell you that much. And this man is way older than me and has 4 older kids, and his older kids are closer to my age than I am to his age.
Gosh, the story keeps getting better.
I know. His oldest son is actually like 5 years younger than me.
Give us the ages. How old are you? How old's the guy?
Okay, I'm 32 and he's 50.
Okay, 32 and 50. He's got a 27-year-old.
Graduated.
You are way closer in age to his kids than you are to him.
But listen, this is how I keep track of our age difference. He graduated the year I was born.
He sure did, because he was 18 when you were born.
Yeah. Yep, he was.
Oh, he was born in 1975.
Oh, you are so good. Where'd you go?
I'm smart.
Yes, 75. And I was born in 93, the year he graduated. Anyways.
Yep. Before the internet was around.
Yeah. No, I grew up when the internet just started. And he graduated when the internet just started.
Okay. All right. So continue.
Anyways, so he was married for 25 years with this woman and had 4 kids. Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck ever. And then we have a kid together. And when we first got together, it was jackrabbits every day. But then I got pregnant and it was nothing for a while. And he started getting mad and just angry. He's like, why don't you want to do it with me all the time? And I'm like, because I'm pregnant and I have something growing inside of me. Why can't you understand that? He's like, well, I'm like, okay, cool. Caught him watching Korn, right? And I'm like, well, why are you watching this? And he's like, because you don't want nothing to do with me. And I'm like, no. It's not that I don't want nothing to do with you. It's that I physically don't feel like doing anything with anybody. Ever. Like, I wash my body in the shower and I'm still like, ew, you know? And so I had to literally explain to him, like, okay, I see the videos that you're watching, and that's nothing like me. How do you think that makes me feel? And at first, it was hard for him to understand that what he was watching made me feel uncomfortable. And I've always had a self-body image anyways, my entire life. I was adopted at age 4, and then my adopted mom made me feel fat. She literally told me, my adopted mom literally told me that my horse could run faster at barrel racing if I lost weight. So I grew up with the body image that I was too fat. Did I do anything about it? No, because before she adopted me, I was starved. So I ate whenever I could. So after she adopted me, I would find food and I would hide it in my bedroom and eat it after she went to bed. Just because in my mind, and I didn't know this until after I went to therapy and stuff, in my mind, I thought I would never eat again. Because of how I was raised from birth until 4. It was fight to survive and eat. So I never learned how to not constantly eat. So when I started to get bigger in my older age, my mom told me your horse could run faster if you lost weight. And then I just got really weird about my self-consciousness and stuff. But I meet my now fiance. And God, I love him to death. Don't get me wrong. I love this man so much. But when he started watching porn because I was pregnant and didn't want that stuff, it put that self-image back into my head of you're, fat and ugly and nobody wants you. So here's the good side of it though.
Oh, hold on. Thank you for sharing that. So you had some traumatic childhood experiences that when this betrayal in your relationship was brought to the surface, it brought you right back to that little girl who was not seen and attuned to and cared for. Right?
Oh
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I'll be honest, I'm still trying to fix that little girl to this day. Raising 2 daughters.
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters, but one lives with my adopted mom, the one that said my horse could run faster if I wasn't fat. But she learned what not to do with my now daughter that she did with me. Thankfully.
Is that child from a different relationship?
Yeah. I got into drugs really bad when I was 17 because of my trauma and everything. And I was with a man for 3 years on and off. He did a lot of heroin and I joined in, and then I got pregnant and quit. But when I moved in with my adopted mom, I ended up going back to drugs. So I let my adopted mom adopt my daughter so that she could take care of her while I was being a retard, per se.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I have 3 daughters, but 2 of them live with me now. And then the other oldest one, she lives with my mom. And she's adopted and has my mom's last name and everything like that. But when me and my fiance first got together, corn was a problem. And it took about a year for me to express to him and get him to actually understand how it made me feel because of my past trauma. And unfortunately, I love him so much, but he's one of those people that does not understand mental illness or like PTSD, or I'm diagnosed with CPTSD because
Is he there right now by chance? Could we get him on with you?
No, he's sleeping. He has to be up early in the morning.
Could you wake him up? It would be really fun.
No, because being the age he is, this is not his forte.
Got it. Because he's so old? Is that what you're saying?
Kind of.
He's not that old. He's only 50.
No, he's not that old at all.
Yeah.
No,
all right. So Faye, I love chatting with you. Okay. This is very interesting. Could you, what was it that inspired you to come up here and share this?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to, is that when we got pregnant with our first daughter and I lost interest in all things sexual, I noticed that he started to get into corn and it really bothered me. And when I brought it up to him at first, he's all like, well, it's not a big deal. You don't want nothing to do with me, so I'm just going to do what I want. And for a couple of weeks, I was like, okay, yeah, he's right. But then I finally came to him and I said, listen, the reason it bothers me is because the ones that you watch on those websites look nothing like me. So that, with my history, makes me feel like I am not good enough for you. So the good side of all of this is that he said, okay, So we started doing photos and videos, and he switched to watching those instead of going to those websites.
Got it. So you got him from watching pornography to you being the pornography.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it. So you're providing him photos and videos of yourself that he's now using.
Yeah, which
And
made me.
are you
feel
comfortable
love
with that?
I'm sorry.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, I am, because it makes me feel more secure as the person I am, even though I am a bigger girl and overweight and whatever. But the fact that he will watch our videos instead of going to others makes me know that he loves me more than those other people.
Got it. Yeah.
So I got a question for you. In your opinion, is that okay?
Is
If
it
I'm not
okay?
interested in him at the moment and he needs to do what he needs to do, but he's watching me and him instead of random people, is that okay?
Is that okay? Well, it's not up for me to decide whether that's okay or not. I think the questions to ask yourself is, what are you actually creating there? Are you creating more closeness, more intimacy, more connection, more physical connection by providing him pornography of you? Or have you just substituted the performers in the pornography to be you instead of some random people on the internet?
Ouch. Why? Okay. Here's the other thing. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Okay. He works all day, comes home, vegetates on the couch when he gets home from work. And I do everything around the house. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that when he starts to want to do that and I don't, because I'm burnt out, I would rather him go do what he needs to do with me on the phone than now you got me thinking.
Took 18 minutes and now you're thinking. I love that for you. Look, I get the question, okay? And it's not a simple yes or no. All right, you got to look at what's going on. So what is contributing to your lack of desire for him? Don't answer that right now. I mean, you can, but why? Right? And is this a solution forever? You're going to say, "Hey, I'm not up for it, so just go masturbate to a picture of me from when I was 32 years old?" Or what happens in 10 years from now? Right? Because I would suspect that there's something deeper beneath the surface about the overall intimacy and connection in your relationship, as opposed to just what is he looking at while he's masturbating.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head. And you know, I've tried going to couples therapy with him because I literally, like, 150% have tried everything in my power to change myself, to make myself better, to be physically better for him. And it's only worked about 50%. And I know what the problem is. I do. I 100% know what the problem is. And I can tell him. And he will be better for 2 weeks.
What's the problem?
Yeah. So I know, like, I have been on supplements. I have done, a bunch of things to try and be better, to make my libido better. And it's only worked about 30%, which I don't like because I want him to feel more love from me in his love language. But when he don't give me my love language at all, how do I reciprocate?
Okay, and
How?
that right there, those questions, that's where the gold is for you.
Yeah.
You guys are missing each other. It's not
Yeah.
about sex. It's not about sex. Sex is not about banging genitals against each other.
That's
Though
what he
it,
thinks, though.
though it is about that, but it's not. It's not. Okay, so there's something.
That is how he feels about it, 100%. And the thing is he's all like, I just want to always make love to my woman, and I'm like, that's great. I'm so happy that that's what you want, but that is not what I need.
Well,
And
you
the
you
minute I
you want
say-
you want him to do that as well, but making love means something different to him than it does for you.
Yes, but when I can literally verbatim, word for word, tell him what I need to do that, and he will be like, well, but that's not what I need, so I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, well that seems like an issue.
Right, and that's why I tried to go to couples therapy, but obviously we can't afford it because
Was it with the guy who doesn't know what a boundary is?
no. We've had a couples therapists, but we can't afford to pay for them, so now we just don't do it.
Got it. How's that working for you?
Not good. Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got some stuff to figure out then.
But I will agree. In my opinion, porn is cheating. 100%. I don't care what nobody says. And especially that last person that spoke with you, whatever their name was. Yeah, no.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks
Thanks for sharing.
your time
Yeah,
and
you got it.
attention. And I appreciate you, and I've started following you. So I hope you have a good night.
All right. You too. Thanks. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for her and all of our guests. Most of our guests. There was one that we could exclude from that. Or not. We could still thank them. All right. Jack and Stoic. I'd love to chat with you guys. And I also, you guys, wow, you guys have the most interesting comments. Yeah, come on, go ahead and request Stoic and Jack. By the way, when you say we're deviating from the topic, what do you mean by that? The topic is, we ask the question, is porn cheating? And we see where the conversation goes. That's the topic. That's it. I can't believe you haven't figured that out by now, because for some reason you guys are both still in here. Why? Why? And you still haven't figured it out. Everybody else in here knows what's going on except for you guys. You're the only ones missing it. It's fascinating to me how much you guys don't get it. Now, I'm happy to chat with you guys. And come request and talk to me if you want to. If not, no problem. I'll ban you. Because one thing I will not tolerate is bullying, okay? I've got a very long leash for stuff that goes on in here, but I will not tolerate bullying. So, Jack and Stoic, if you guys want to come on here and chat, go ahead and request. I'd be happy to talk to you guys. And so, great. We'll have a conversation. We'll start with the question, is porn cheating? We'll see where it goes. And if not, go somewhere else. No problem. No problem. What am I talking about bullying for? We simply disagree. Your comments indicate, don't indicate simple disagreement. Simple disagreement would be stating your opinion one time and then moving on. What you have demonstrated here is not just simple disagreeing. And anybody who reads the comments would see that clearly. So again, I'll put it out there. Okay, here's Jack. Let's talk to Jack. Hey, what's going on? Hello. Jack. Jack, you there?
Yeah, hello.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
I was just gonna say that I wasn't bullying. He was talking to me and I was talking back, but it was nothing like bullying.
Okay, that's not what I experienced from it. Is porn cheating?
Depends on the relationship.
Got it. Okay. Do you watch porn?
No.
No. Okay. Are you 18 or over?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right. So it depends on the relationship. What do you mean by that?
I just think the boundaries that people set in a relationship matter. If it's affecting either person and they communicate that, then obviously it's not okay. But if people are okay with it and it's not an unhealthy addiction, then it's okay.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So it depends on the agreement in the relationship.
Yeah.
Got it.
Obviously, like addiction, you could be watching it like every day. I would say that's addiction. But if you're away from your partner for long periods of time and they're okay with you watching it, like it's a normal thing to have to, or like an urge to relieve yourself. So, but just like drinking alcohol once a week isn't an alcoholic. You know what I mean?
Well, relieving yourself, what do you mean by that?
Like getting off to porn.
Getting off to porn. Okay, so you're combining masturbation and watching pornography as though they have to be done together?
No, they don't. But I'm only if the person in the relationship is okay with it.
Got it. Okay. All right. So could one relieve themselves without using pornography?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. So why are you saying the things you're saying in the comments? I'm curious.
I just disagreed with a few people and I was just voicing it. I wasn't really trying to hurt anyone. I do often come off as brash, I guess, but like I'm just stating an opinion, and I think sometimes the hard truth is what people need to better themselves and move on.
Got it. Okay. Who has given you that feedback that you come across as brash? Like, why are you saying that?
Well, just people in the comments are clearly pretty upset with the things I've said. Some of them.
What's an unk?
Like someone who's older.
Got it. Okay. Do you think that's like? Well, why would you say something like that?
Just a common term, honestly.
People
it's a
say
common
things
term all
all
the time. Sorry?
It's a common term.
Well, I guess that depends on the person.
Got it. How would that be like productive to the conversation?
It's
to
not
call
at all.
somebody an unk. It's not at all. Got it.
No, yeah. There's other things that were said by other people that weren't productive as well, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'm not trying to come on here and be a dickhead. I'm just going with the conversations back and forth. You know.
Got it. I wonder if anybody, you said you don't want to come on here to be a dickhead. I'm wondering how other people might have experienced you on this chat. You open to hearing that feedback?
Oh yeah, I'm sure people probably think that I am, a few of them, but others probably agree with me. And not everybody's going to agree on everything, right? So.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Is unk the new boomer? Is that what that is? Am I a boomer for not knowing what unk is? What does unk mean? Unk is slang for uncle, used humorously or affectionately online to describe an older man, or sometimes anyone acting old, out of touch, or nostalgic. Interesting. At least he went up The other buddy still talking but didn't. Yeah, Stoic is still talking. Still. I'm almost 36. What am I on? Which you did just act out of touch by not knowing the term. I actually didn't say I didn't know the term, by the way. But you probably didn't catch that. I just said, what is it? Didn't say I didn't know it. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. Great being with you all. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior, such as porn or sex addiction, and women who are going through partner betrayal trauma. I have groups that meet on Tuesday nights and Wednesday afternoons. If you're interested in healing together in community, it's a great place to heal together in community. You can go to the link in my bio, schedule a call with me, or go down there. There's like an inquiry button or something like that. If you'd like to chat, I'd be happy to speak with you. I looked it up. Yeah, I did look it up. Frequently, I look up terms because I want to see what like the Urban Dictionary actual definition is. So, great being with you all tonight. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. Nobody else's, just yours. And if you wanted to chat, you didn't get to, come on. I didn't forget anybody, guys. I didn't forget anyone. Didn't forget. Didn't forget. If you want to chat, you can wait till my next live or schedule a call with me using the link in my bio. Who is Tessa and why does she want to share it? And why is everybody trying to get her to share? Sorry, I'm going to bed. Great being with y'all. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.